we are suffering environmental dilemmas such as global warming, flash floods, and etc. One of the causes of this problem is the misbehavior of people toward waste management. Some people are recklessly throwing their garbage. They do not think of the possible results of their actions on the environmental as well as in health. Waste disposal can be defined as any method used to discard unwanted substances or materials. Poor waste disposal activities engender severe environmental problems on a location. Improper waste disposal is the disposal of waste in a way that has a negative consequences for the environment. Example includes littering, hazardous waste that is dumped in the ground and not recycled items that should be recycled.
The number one cause is ignorance. Ignorance of people about proper waste disposal. People are unaware of their consequences of their unwise acts. Number two is laziness. Laziness can cause improper garbage disposal because people not following the correct rules of proper waste disposal, they waste throw it what place they want and they have no care what will be the effect of it. Number three is greed. Greed can cause improper garbage disposal. For an instance, burning tires of wheel and plastic instead of keeping it or trade the excess automobile cars tires to maximize on it.
The effects affects our health.
Like effects of our health like lung disease, heart problem, and skin irritation, and problem of our normality and breathing and more.
Affects our climate.
In some ways decompasses, release greenhouse gases of atmosphere like trapping of here on earth may affect abnormality or of weather condition like storm, typhoon coming per year until now. And
Air pollution.
air pollution or effects of sample burning of of plastics and rubber. And next is soil contamination. Soil it causes presence and of main chemicals, the softness the ground having smelly soil vapor and other alternation of natural soil environment. And next is infectious to humans, skin irritation and blood infections resulting from correct of waste transmitting bacteria from waste infectious wounds.
How can we solve this? Decompose. Decompose your waste is an option for getting rid of your household waste. You can compose lots of items like food waste, animal waste, yard waste, and much more. Recycling. Recycling waste is another option for getting rid of waste. There are many different things that are recyclable, like paper, tin, aluminum, plastic, and much more. Buy products that are good for the environment. Instead of purchasing those plastic pop bottle, find a way that you can buy those things that more environmentally friendly. Some of these include bottle openers, calendars, coloring books, and much more. It is very sad to know that many lives have been sacrificed because of these calamities that have come. Many places in the Philippines are down to flood every time when typhoon comes and worse. A large of families have lost their shelters and have nothing left for them. Their wealth was ruined by the storms, flood, and etc. We are experiencing very hot weather because of greenhouse effect and global warming. Many kids of disease occur because of untidy surroundings. Others can no longer smell the breath of fresh air. All of these are the effects of improper waste management. So what are you waiting for? Stop improper disposal and we do the reduce, reuse, recycle for the betterment of our country.
Air pollution refers to the release of pollutants into the air pollutants, which are detrimental to human health and the planet as a whole. According to the World Health Organization, each year, air pollution is responsible for nearly 7 million deaths around the globe. 9 out of 10 human beings currently breathe air that exceeds the WHO guideline limits for pollutants, with those living in low and middle income countries suffering the most. In the United States, the Clean Air Act established in 1970 authorized the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency to safeguard public health by regulating the emission of these harmful air pollutants.
Cause of air pollution. Most air pollution comes from energy use and production, says John Walk, direction of the Clean Air Project, part of the Climate and Clean Energy Program at NRDC burning fossils. Fuels release gases and chemicals into the air and in an especially destructive feedback loop. Air pollution not only contributes to climate change but is also exacerbated by it. Air pollution in the form of carbon dioxide and methane raises the Earth's temperature. Wok says another type of air pollution, smog, is in the worst by it the increased heat forming when the weather is warmer and there's more ultraviolet radiation. Climate change is also increased the production of allergenic air pollutants including mold thanks to the damp condition caused by extreme weather and increased flooding the pollen due to a longer pollen season. We've made progress over the last 50 years improving air quality in the United States thanks to the Clean Air Act, says Kim Knowlton, senior scientist and deputy director of the NRDC Science Center, but climate change will make it harder in the future to make pollution standards which are designed to protect health.
Effects of air pollution. The effects of air pollution in the human body vary depending on the type of pollutant and the length and level of exposure as well as other factors, including a person's individual health risks and other cumulative impacts of multiple pollutants or stressors. Smog and soot. These are the two most prevalent types of air pollution. Smog, sometimes referred to as ground-level ozone, occurs when emissions from combusting fossil fuels react with sunlight. Soot, also known as particulate matter, is made up of tiny particles of chemicals, soil, smoke, dust, or allergy form of either gas or solids that are carried in the air. The sources of smog and soot are similar. Both came from cars and trucks, factories, power plants, incinerators, engines, generally anything that combusts fossil fuels such as coal, gas, or natural gas.
Hazardous of air pollutants. A number of air pollutants pose severe health risks and can sometimes be fatal even in a small amount. Almost 200 of them are regulated by law. Some of the most common are mercury, lead, dioxins, and benzene. These are also most often emitted during gas or coal combustion, incineration, or in a case of benzene, found in gasoline. Walk says benzene classified as a carcinogen by the APA can cause eye, skin, and lung irritation in short term and blood disorder in a long term. Dioxins, more typically found in food but also present in small amount in the air, can affect the liver in the short term and harm in the immune, nervous, and endocrine system, will as reproductive function.
How to help reduce air pollution? The less gasoline we burn, the better we're doing to reduce air pollution and harmful effects of climate change. Walk says, make good choices about transportation.
When you can walk, ride a bike, or take public transportation, for driving, shows a car that gets better miles per gallons of gas, or shows an electric cars. You can also investigate your power provider options. You may be able to request that your electricity be supplied by wind or solar. Buying your food locally cuts down on the fossil fuels born and tracking or flying foods in from across the country. And most important, support leaders who push for clean air and water and responsible steps on climate change. Walk safe.